Yeah. What is up, my dudes? One last day of vacation for me, summer vacation. So, I'm like, well, I'll do a video. To just kick off the last day of my vacation. And I know some of you might be getting sick and tired of this. Whole thing about my Killing Games fanfic, but I don't care. It's my channel. I can upload as much things about it as I want, as long as it's not like repeating stuff. And I keep getting new and new topics, so I don't really care. And you might be like, well, what crazy topic do you have to talk about it now? Well, that is the whole monitor situation. Now you might be like, well, what do you mean? Well, in the original Danganronpa 3 Future Arc, it was made more obvious who the attacker was by showing the monitors, by showing the monitors next to the victims to make it more obvious, even though that didn't really make it obvious enough. It's so subtle that it doesn't really make it obvious at all. To where I didn't even really think that they had anything to do with the killings. Even after Ruruka, I still thought there was an attacker going around killing everyone, including Great Gozu and Ruruka, despite the monitor being in plain sight. Now that goes into my fanfic. Why would I want to talk about that? But there is a reason. It is because in my fanfic, I didn't make it obvious at all that the monitors had anything to do with the attacker at all. And yeah, which I was originally, this was a scrapped idea. I was originally going to have Kotori actually being face up, showing her death, and then her tablet showing the monitor on the ground, on the ground, showing showing the monitor, to make it a lot more obvious, to finally hint who is the attacker. Now, of course, this idea was scrapped, and you might be like, well, why? Well, what I said about the whole me wanting to not reveal who the attacker was at all until the final chapter, that is why this idea was scrapped. I wanted to go with a more shocking idea. Hey, this was not even that obvious at all to who the attacker was until the finale. So that was why the idea was scrapped, and eventually I had scrapped it with the idea of Kotori being on her stomach instead of on her back, not showing her death until after Shido had turned her over and recoiling from the sight. And yeah, the whole monitor being actually shown in her death didn't even actually occur. It didn't occur until after the finale, or during the finale, when Kotori had actually woken up, due to the monitor being activated by Monokuma. Monokuma had actually... Sorry, I thought I heard something. Until Monokuma had actually tricked her, basically. You might be wondering, well, why did he offer to be on her tablet in the first place? Well, that is why. He basically tricked her into having her tablet near her, basically acting as a monitor. Basically, he tricked Kotori into being the final victim, and her tablet basically acted as a monitor for her to see the despair video. Basically, he tricked her and all that, and she was the final victim, and all that goodness. And yeah, I didn't really have any of the characters really say that they were near a monitor at all until the finale, because I wanted it to be a lot more of a shocker. Hey, who is this attacker? It has to be someone actually going around killing them, until you find out from the finale that no, there was no attacker going around. The monitors were near every one of the victims as Mana, and I will be going into everything and how they were even near the people in the first place. Okay, the first victim was obviously Mana. How is she the closest to the monitor? Well, that was because she was the closest to when Monokuma had the white sleeping gas go into the room, and Mana was obviously the first person who was near the who was near the monitor when she got knocked unconscious, basically, and that basically was how she was the first victim, as her bangle got activated when everyone else was unconscious from the sleeping gas. And basically, and basically she was the one who saw the despair video, basically. She was the first one, and basically, yeah, she had did that. She had seen the despair video and all that stuff. Next is Kaguya. Kaguya, now, there was a specific reason why I had her sleep in the living room in the first place. And you might be like, well, why? Why did she sleep in the living room in the first place instead of in Shido's bedroom with everyone else? Well, that is the reason, is because I purposefully had her near the monitor. She had slept near the monitor, having no idea that would be her undoing, is that she slept, she was basically, she chose to sleep near the monitor in the living room, thinking that there was an attacker going around. She still thought that there was an attacker going around, killing everyone, when, yeah, the monitor that she slept near would be her undoing, basically. She woke up after everyone had went to Shido's room, and she basically had no idea that would be her undoing. She woke up after her bangle had woken her up due to her being near the monitor, basically. And yeah, she saw the despair video just like everyone else did. Just like everyone else did, and yeah, she took her own life after seeing it. And obviously the next is the more unique one, as Kurumi didn't sleep in the living room at all, as Monokuma had been on her tablet. He had basically tricked her into being the nearest to the monitor than everyone else, as, of course, he had actually used her tablet as a gateway to having it act as a monitor to her being the semi-final victim, and stuff. And just ignore everyone else in my house right now. Just ignore that. Sorry. And basically she was the one nearest to the monitor because Monokuma had tricked her. As Kurumi didn't know that he was tricking her into being the closest to the monitor without even having to be in the living room in the first place. And, of course, she had her tablet near her on the ground, near her bedside, not realizing that would be her undoing, as of course, her bangle woke her up instead of everyone else, and, yeah, she took her own life, basically. And the final victim was obviously Shido. This was after everyone had noticed that the monitors had something to do with the killings in the first place. And of course, Shido was the most obvious, as he had purposefully slept near the monitor he had purposely slept near the monitor in the first place, as, yeah, he had known after Kurumi had realized that everyone, that there was something else going on entirely. Well, could the monitors be having something to do with it? And of course, he's with the most obvious. He slept near the monitors on purpose to see what the heck was going on. And of course, he got woken up, just like everyone else, being near the monitor in the first place, and he saw the despair video, just like everyone else had did. But yeah, that is going to be it. I just thought that I would go into that, with why I didn't really go into the whole monitors being near the victims in the first place, and basically how everyone had even been near the monitors in the first place. But that is going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this final video before my summer vacation is over, as I will not be doing a video tomorrow, as I'm going to be very, very busy. Basically my whole day is going to be busy, so, yeah. But until next time, peace out, guys.